All right, CNN just blew open Donald Trump's health problems, talking to a real doctor about what's really happening with the president. He just went to a hospital for the second time this year. They said it's actually pretty unusual. Melania Trump gave an insane speech where she admitted that she talks to Putin. And on top of that, we have journalists now getting arrested in this country. Journalists getting arrested for no good reason. Let's get to that first. This journalist here in Chicago was arrested. Thankfully, it was on camera. This is ICE doing the arresting.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another video. In this video, the White House is literally on fire, politically, mentally, and morally. In this clip, we've got CNN exposing Trump health issues, Melania Trump saying the wildest thing she has ever said about Putin, and a journalist getting arrested on camera like it's some third world dictatorship. We are talking about real chaos here. The kind that shows how broken American leadership looks right now. So buckle up. We are about to break down the lies, the hypocrisy, and the total meltdown of the people running the show.
What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning?
Brockman,
WGN. Do you guys want to share your names too, or just going to cover your face?
Yeah, so this is America now. They say, now I'm going to say what they said. It's bullshit, okay? But this is what they said. It's bullshit. They said that she was obstructing ICE activity. Absolute bullshit. Even if she were, in what way would it require this to happen? Arresting someone for doing her job as being a producer of news in Chicago. Now, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I don't mean to laugh here and stuff, but this is very serious. This is very serious. And if you're watching this and you're MAGA or you're a conservative or you're a Republican and you're thinking to yourself, ha, 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 she had it coming. This is what happens. Liberal media eat shit. I'm telling you right now, first it was the immigrants. Then it was, anyone protesting ICE. Now it's journalists. I'm telling you, this just doesn't stop on the side you're against. Fascism comes for all of us. So if you're watching this and you think that it's funny or you think it doesn't affect you, guess what? It's very serious, and eventually it's going to impact your life too.
This is the moment when you realize law and order is just a slogan until it targets the press. ICE is seen arresting a news producer for doing a job. That is dictatorship, not enforcement. If you are cheering this because she works for CNN, you have already lost the plot. This is what happened when power stops fearing accountability.
That's how this all works. I'm sorry this happened to her. I'm sorry I had to bring it to you, but this is what's happening in America today. Journalists are being arrested for no good reason. Now, we also have Melania Trump, as I said, who is, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on anymore, man. Every day is insane. Here's what she had to say. She gave a random ass speech for no reason. She actually showed up to the White House. She normally lives in New York. She showed up today to give this random ass speech about Ukraine that was kind of hard to decipher, probably written by AI. But then she said this gem.
President Putin and I have had an open channel of communication regarding the welfare of these children. For the past 3 months.
Hold on. Did the First Lady just say that she has been directly talking to Putin? This isn't diplomacy. This is delusion. No clearance, no rule, no authority. Imagine the outrage if Michelle Obama had said that. But when it is Melania, silence. This is chaos disguised as confidence.
Both sides have participated in several back-channel meetings and calls, all in good faith. We have agreed to cooperate with each other for the benefit of all people involved in this war.
Did you hear that? President Putin and I have had an open channel of communication. Open channel of communication. 1, what? 2, do we really want that? Do we want this lady talking directly to Putin? 3, is she doing the president's job? All these sorts of questions I have. It's an insane thing. It's an insane thing. Also, backdoor is the professional term for it, FYI. Now, as I said, CNN also did a whole segment on Trump's health, something we've been covering nonstop over here. And they gave a lot of insight into Donald Trump's normal physical schedule and what's happening now. And it's very interesting.
You remember, Jake, it was November of 2019 where he had that surprise visit to Walter Reed. It was not announced. I think it was even on a weekend where all of a sudden he went to Walter Reed, and then again in June. So if you look at the cadence of that, there have been times when it's more than annual. So in that sense, not that surprising. But again, you know, I worked at the White House. I seen that White House medical facility. It's pretty good. If you're going to Walter Reed, it's usually for more extensive testing.
So this obviously comes.
All right. If you're going to Walter Reed, it's for more extensive testing.
Exactly. Walter Reed isn't your local clinic. It is where presidents go when something is seriously wrong. And that handshake bruise, excuse. Come on. Trump looked exhausted, swollen, and on edge. But CNN won't say it out loud because even the press work on eggshells when power wears a red tie.
So the question is then, like, what is he getting testing done and what for? We don't know because, as he said, they can get a lot done at the White House. They have the best of the best. And yet he has to go to Walter Reed to get something done, and we don't know what that is.
The context of those photographs that we've seen of his bruised hands, swollen ankles. We've talked about this before, but how concerning are those images?
Yeah. Well, you know, the way that I would sort of look at it is that I think they're concerning, which is why questions have been asked, investigations have been performed, and the White House medical team has commented on it. So if you look at the hands, for example, first of all, they say that, look, he's on blood thinners, he shakes a lot of hands. If you look closely at that, it's more bruising on the right than the left. The shaking hand, you know, the hand that you shake hands with. So that kind of fits. A lifetime of sun damage. The skin on the back of the hand is quite thin, so it's a little bit more susceptible to bruising like this. So my point being that it fits. The explanation sort of fits, it tracks. With regard to the ankles, the swollen ankles, I think were pretty clear. And again, that can be of concern. But you know, the blood is not flowing through there as well. It's pooling or accumulating in the ankles, and they say that is something known as chronic venous insufficiency. The veins just aren't pumping the blood as well back to the rest of the body. They're not moving the blood as well. Again, that tracks. About 1 in 20 people have this, and it gets more common as you get older. So yeah, to just look at it, concerning, investigate, and those explanations do make sense, Jake.
What do we know about President Trump's health? Because in January, he became the oldest president ever inaugurated in the history of this country. He's now 79.
Yeah. Yeah, and to give context, the lifespan for a man in this country is just under 76 years old. So, you know, I mean, both these last two presidents have been far older than average life expectancy. What we're likely to hear is what we heard back in April. We're going to hear his height and his weight, 224 pounds. His blood pressure was normal. They've talked a lot about this dementia screening test known as the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. I think he's taken it a few times now, and his doctors and him say that he's gotten a perfect score. The skin I just mentioned. He is on medications, including a couple of different cholesterol-lowering medications. His cholesterol numbers back in April, they look good. And certainly those medications are helping with that. And he's on aspirin, this blood thinner, which may be contributing to that bruising.
Not on Tylenol. CNN probably doesn't want to speculate because they're a news organization. I guess you can't. But really what they should have done too is tell us all the other things it also could be. And they also should just point out that the Trump White House is the most lying White House in American history by far. So just because they say like he shakes hands so they bruise, give me a freaking break. We all know what's happening. He's getting his blood drawn and it's causing bruising. Governor J.D. Pritzker actually called out Donald Trump's dementia and said this about Donald Trump's family needing to reach out because he needs help.
I do not expect to be arrested, and the President of the United States says a lot of crazy things. I genuinely think there is something wrong with him. I wish that his family would intervene because I do think he needs mental health help. And I don't think anybody around him that works for him is going to do that because they're benefiting from his failure of mental health, his dementia. I wish somebody would help out the President of the United States. Meanwhile, he says a lot of crazy things. He doesn't have authority to arrest elected officials or really anybody where you don't have any, example of a crime being committed. And I find it ironic that this guy, who's a 34-time convicted felon, is saying that I should be jailed. I've never been accused of or convicted of or, gone on trial for anything. He's the guy who's done that so many times and cheated, by the way, in civil court. And this is just, I don't take it seriously, other than I think the man has so much power at his fingertips because he's president of the United States that the people around him might try to take it upon themselves to just make something up and come after me or Gavin Newsom. I know they've mentioned that they might jail him, or the mayor of the city of Chicago.
Now, we're also aware that Donald Trump is losing his mind. That's something you can't really measure as well, but we can see it. And he just does look more and more awful, which gives me great pleasure, if I'm being honest. Here he had a little temper tantrum about the Nobel Peace Prize.
The person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. That a very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me, though. I think she might have.
This right here is political drama at its worst. Secrecy, delusion, and chaos, all dressed up as leadership. You have got a first lady freelancing foreign policy, a president hiding his health behind closed doors, and journalists getting cuffed while the crowd cheers like it's a show. If you still believe in freedom, truth, and basic accountability, don't stay silent. Call it out, share this video, and drop your thoughts below. Because this isn't strength, it is dysfunction in a suit. And if you are tired of this circus running the White House, hit a like, subscribe, and make sure the truth gets aired. Thank you, and have a good day.
She was very nice, and I've been helping her along the way. They need a lot of help in Venice.
Such a narcissist. I'm accepting this honor. Of course, I mean, smart of her to do that, but then he was like, I didn't ask her to give it to me. He wants that thing. He only wants it because Obama had it, and because he's a narcissist. He can't believe someone could have something that he's never going to have. It is kind of funny. Donald Trump's a billionaire, president of the United States. He can literally have anything he wants, and he fixates on the one thing he can't have, which is a Nobel Prize for peace, because he creates chaos and violence wherever he goes.